When my son was first diagnosed with a rare eye disease, that threw us into a cycle of going to different centers around the country and getting treatment for him. He was 3 years old when he was first diagnosed. The treatment looked like going early, rolling him in the operating room, anesthesia, the whole thing. It sucked. But the doctors, brilliant doctors, would use a laser to treat some liquid in his eye that was attacking his retina, and they would do an injection in his eye. He would wake up in a daze, we would take him home, and he would recover for a couple days and be fine. We've had to do this 8 times. And last year, on the eighth treatment, they said everything was stable and looking good. And this disease, although it's lifelong, it looked like it was in a good place. We haven't had a treatment in a year. And we've been thanking God for that and really enjoying some time off from that cycle of disappointment and grief. You know the feelings. Mustering up the courage and faith to believe for healing and jump into treatments and that diagnosis again. It's kind of nice to think we haven't had it around for a while. Last month, at a routine checkup, we found that it's back. The disease is back and needs more stabilization and needs another treatment. I don't know how many we're going to have, but we have one tomorrow. That's why I'm making this video. There are so many lessons I have learned through this disease and the journey of my son and our family. You are clicking this video because maybe you want to either learn about grief and loss, but more than likely, it's because you're walking through something, whether that's the disappointment of a breakup, the loss of someone, maybe a new, fresh diagnosis, a health scare from your kiddo or someone in your family, whatever it is. I hope that these 3 lessons minister to you and draw you closer to the Lord and trusted people around you. Here's 3 lessons, 3 major takeaways I have learned from the journey of my son and his rare eye disease. Lesson number 1, just because God works all things for good doesn't make all things good. I have come to believe that we still live in a broken world, and sin and brokenness and disease still exist. Our world is fractured, and God is making all things new, but it's not all new yet. Disease is not a good thing. Death is not a good thing. Loss is not a good thing. God did not give my son this eye disease just to teach us a lesson and show that he works all things for good. Now, has he turned some things for good? Have we learned a lot? Absolutely. But I had to come to the realization that that doesn't mean this disease is a good thing. It's just the result of brokenness in our human bodies and the world that we live in. I have come to know that he is both sovereign and Lord of all and guiding us and teaching us through this disease. But also, he is crying and grieving with us in the hardest of moments, in the low moments, because he is broken about the state of the world and disease. And I know that might sound mysterious or you can't make sense of all of that, but it has given me hope to know that he is closer than a friend, and he is a good father that loves us and grieves this disease that we've had to walk through with our son. And also, he is so good and faithful that there are some things that have turned for good. So I just want you to know that the thing you're walking through, it might not necessarily be a good thing. And also, there may be some things that you learn from it. Lesson number 2, I think that you need to grieve both alone and with people. I am a major introvert. When hard things happen, I like to hunker down, isolate, and grieve by myself. God has given me permission to do that. I think it's really important, actually, to grieve by yourself, but it needs to be balanced with grieving in the community of people around you. I use the model of Jesus. When Jesus was kicked out of his hometown, or when he was faced with the coming crucifixion and death and torture he was going to have to go through, he went alone with the Father, by himself, to grieve and process and share frustrations and share confusion. He grieved alone. There is a time and place for isolating in silence and solitude and just you and God hashing it out with all the feelings you may be carrying. And also, that needs to be balanced with opening up a little bit and sharing what you're going through with others. In the first couple of treatments with our son, I did not want to share with anybody. I think I was nervous and scared that someone would say a cliche, all things happen for a reason, it's all going to be fine, just have more faith and he'll be healed. All those that just are not helpful. And also, I think I was nervous for people to see me in the messiness of it all. It didn't have a bow tied around it yet. It hadn't come to some sort of completion or end point. The more and more we've walked through treatments, the more and more we've walked through this journey, sharing with other people who are trusted, who won't give you those cliches, but will actually share the ministry of presence and sit with you and cry with you and pray with you, that has been such a gift. There are certain people that I have given permission that when they know I'm low and kind of sitting and wallowing, they come in, pray with me, and actually lift me up and push me more into faith and hope and gratitude and joy. Find the balance of grieving on your own and processing and grieving and working through whatever you're working through with other people. The third lesson I would say is believe for the full miracle while also thanking God for the progressional miracles. Every single time we walk into a routine checkup, a treatment, imaging for his eye, my wife and I fully come in with faith, believing they're going to take the pictures and the entire disease is going to be gone. He's going to experience a full miraculous healing. All of the doctors are going to get saved. We get to share it from the mountaintops that our son was healed. We haven't experienced that yet. So we are prisoners of hope, and we are praying and believing every single time that our son is going to experience full miraculous healing, and he won't have this pain, and he won't have these treatments, and he won't have the eye patching and all the things he has to work through anymore. But in the meantime, in the delay and in being prisoners of hope for that full healing, we have actually seen progressional healing. There are progressional moments of healing and miracles that are happening. Modern medicine, God gifting these doctors with these brains that can do these treatments, the community around us providing for us, caring for us, sending meals to us. These are progressional miracles. We may not get the full healing yet, but we are getting these pockets of grace and love and faith and miraculous touches of the Lord, even if we haven't seen the end point yet. I want you to pray for that full miracle with everything you have. And also, if you can, muster up the courage and faith to zoom out and see the progressional miracles that God has brought and the progressional healing as well. He can do both. I'm believing with you. I hope that this encourages you. We have a treatment tomorrow. Who knows? I may make a YouTube video tomorrow saying our son was healed from everything. There was no trace of this disease, and I am believing in faith for that. In the meantime, I know that this disease is not a good thing, but God turns all things for good. He truly does. I want to grieve tomorrow and the next day after in private, and also with this trusted community we have built. And since we haven't seen a full miracle yet, I'm going to thank God for the progressional moments of healing. There is so much both and that happens when we walk through things like this. So lean into that, lean into the people around you, trust God for good things. And for whatever you're going through, I'm really sorry. And I'm also here for you, praying with you as a partner of faith, because we are prisoners of hope. And the thing that I hang on to the most is that in all of this, I believe that God is truly making all things new. In you and in me and in the people around us and in our world. Things are going to get better. He is making all things new. Pray this encourages you, and I will see you in the next video.